it's the holidays in the Mighty Kingdom, huh? So I call this Holiday Station, and called that for pretty obvious reasons. There's a lot of trains. I've always liked trains, so we have added a few trains this year. They're not running right now. I'll do another vid or a segment for the vid, I guess, when it gets a little closer to Christmas. Have them running around. Some of them make some decent noise, and I didn't want to talk over that. Like that guy over there makes pretty loud, train noises when it's running around the track. So, well, there it is. It is the holidays right now, a couple weeks before Christmas, New Year's Eve, of course, and all that comes with the holiday season. A little, holiday village right there. Got the train. No surprise, running around it. Well, we'll be running around it. We got a bunch of stuff up. Did everything over the weekend. Got everything up. Got my wonderful tree. I don't go crazy with the tree. We used to. The old house, when I was younger, we had a big, we never had a real tree. Always the artificial ones, but they're just easy. So here it is. Got my peanuts display over there. Yeah, we have stuff basically all over the place. I always love decorating, so for various holidays, and of course the holiday season is certainly one of them. Halloween, of course, is the big one for me, but look at that, we have a light up festive. I know Slim would really enjoy seeing a light up festive. That's a new one, right? This year I got from Target. I found out they had a light up fox for Christmas. I said, yeah, that one's got to come, because I got that one a few years ago. Next to the closest thing that I can find to a wolf. It's like a husky, but I just call it a wolf. I've never seen another light up wolf. So that was the closest I can get, because I like wolves too. You can see foxes and wolves, of course. But we have a light up festive right there. And speaking of festive, there's festive. Festive wanted to be a part of it. Wanted to be a part of the video of this episode. So there's festive, being very festive over there. Yes, I know the Flyers look like they're probably going to lose 10 in a row now, but Festive's a diehard. Look at that, huh? What do you think, Mark M, huh? Look at that. See, there's Gritty and then there's Festive. You don't, if anyone doesn't know, now you know. and Festive stockings over. Look at that, huh? You can tell which stocking's mine and which stocking's Festive's, can't you? Yes, it wouldn't be the Mighty Kingdom or Holiday Station here without Festive. That's for sure. To the chagrin of Slim. But, yeah, so this is basically it. Like I said, I'll show it again. As it gets closer to the holidays, I'll have the trains running around. Hopefully they don't fall off the tracks, which sometimes you have to worry about. But particularly with the small one. This guy, I couldn't connect the other cars to it because it just kept falling over, and I'm like, all right, we'll just have the locomotive running around it. The others, they're all put together. I really like that one. That one is that one I picked up new this year from it was new to me anyhow. I found it on Amazon. I did have a big goal this year, which I did not achieve, and I'm going to achieve it next year for sure. I want to run a train all around the first floor of the house. That's my goal. And I want it to be like the Polar Express train, because I like that movie. And I know they have a train similar to that. That's the Polar Express. So I want to have that running all over. I just got a late start with it this year. So, and that would be an awful lot of track to get. They do have extension sets for track. And, it just didn't happen. But it's my goal for next year to have the train running all over along with these others and just kind of have it going everywhere, because I've always liked them ever since I was young. My dad and we used to go to model, model railway shows and stuff, and it was always fun. And haven't done it in years, but it's like with the jerseys and hats and anything else that I have interest in. It's like once it's with you, it's with you. You never really fully lose it. So it's one of my goals. I also want to just run a regular train down the basement, down around the man cave. Have that kind of running around. At some point that's kind of a goal of mine to do. Because it's my place, damn it, and I'll do what I want. But that's going to be more of kind of a long-term, goal. But, stuff like I said, I always like those trains and model trains. I can't do like those real intricate ones. Like that's just, I know, I'm just going to stay in my lane. I'm just going to go with the kind of train that I know I can handle without a problem. So, see, if you're real nice, you'll get a festive holiday card. You see, but you have to be really extra nice to do that. So I don't know, Slim. You might not get a card from Festive. You have to be real nice to Festive to make sure to get one. Another train here on the dining table. Once I saw that train at Target, I knew for sure where that train had to go in the house. So picked it up out of Target for the dining table. Yep. I knew. I saw it. I said, yep, I know where that's going to go. I got to grab it. And, yeah, so that's kind of a look around here. A little look-see, a little New Year's Eve banner there. Happy New Year. Various things. NL MVP right there. My favorite jersey that he wears, which I own. So, yeah. There's a little look of it. Like I said, I'll take some more video at some point with the trains running around because I do enjoy that, but I just figured I didn't want to like talk over the one over there. Man, I wish I can find like a sound off. There's no off sound switch. It's continuous, and after a while it gets a little monotonous, but it is what it is. We'll have these running around for you in the next episode, which will be closer to Christmas. So for now, you'll just have to imagine them running around, and you'll see them the next time I do the vid. Yes, I have some Hess trucks. I do. I collected when I was young. We used to get them every year, and since I haven't, but I had to get the last two. I didn't get this year's, which was like a jet plane, but the last 2 years I did. I had to get that one. The tow truck. Because ever since I was young, I said, why don't they make a tow truck? It's a gas station. Why is there never a tow truck? And they finally made one many years later. So I had to grab that one. And then the ambulance I thought was cool. And it kind of did like for the first responders last year. So I had to grab that one. And I got the various different fire trucks and older Hess trucks and such down there. So that's not all of them. There's many more Hess vehicles in the collection. But I don't always put them out every year, so those are kind of out year round. But I have some others that have not made it out. One year I did. A couple years ago I had them all out, for whatever reason. Maybe because I got the that one for the first time in many years, a Hess truck. So I'm going to put them all out. And yeah, I didn't do that this year, but we'll have them out again. Oh, look who got a haircut. So anyhow, so I always talk about the stuff that, you talk about the stuff that you're able to grab and the things that you're not able to grab in the decision making. So this is more along the lines of the hats, but like lids, man, they're killing me. So many sets came out online, and a lot of these hats go so quick. And it's like, and I know they can't, it's just about when these things become available, right? So I know they can't really help it, it's just when these hats become available, they're going to be out on the site. But man, there was like 4 or 5 different collections that came out in the last week on the website. And today there were so many, and I'm just looking at them, and I'm going, if you guys just could have put them out. I know I say this a lot, man, but put them out when I can go after these things, man. It sucks. It's like they had like an avalanche of hats, all different styles, real nice looking ones, and some of them like obviously are sold out real quick. Expos hats always go quick, Diamondbacks hats, some other various hats, and it's just goodness. Phillies ones I'm never that worried about because I know eventually they'll be in store. I think the way they work it is the hats go online. Sometimes you can find them in store, but to coincide with online. But a lot of times some of these sets will go online, and then sometime later you'll start seeing them in your local, lid stores. Man, it was like they bombarded with all these different sets, and they all look good. And I'm like, I just can't. I wanted that Diamondbacks one too. I think it was there was a green one. I forget what they called the set, but man, the thing looked nice because the logo looked really good on that green. It wasn't the lemon lime. It was like another green hat that came out, a little darker hat, where the logo was a little more brighter green, right? So, it really hit. Like, that hat was like, oh, man, that thing looks nice. Just because the logo looks so good. And it's just a snakehead logo, but it looks so good on the front of that hat. I'm like, yeah, I just really can't right now. But boy, with that, and I don't have a jersey for it, so it's like, well, if I got it, yeah, I would still try to make it work with something. Green is not exactly one of the Diamondbacks colors, but so all the jerseys, I have for the Diamondbacks is black or purple or white or, whatever. But still. So now, of course, and it might take some time, but then you start seeing them on the secondary markets, right? Macari, Poshmark, eBay, and then they're all going to be top dollar, right? Because the people are flipping them now. But you wait a few months, and some of them might, start going down, and that's when you make your move, Even if you get like close to retail, all right. If I have to pay a couple extra bucks, I'll pay a couple extra bucks. But I don't want to pay many extra bucks, so that's all part of it, man. That the patience is the big part of this. Like, that's the one aspect of collecting that I think can never be said enough. You really have to practice patience. And particularly when you're going at, like, when you have things in mind, like rare gems that you want, right? And I can't move on it right now. But, man, in a month, and then what happens, right? Other things start popping up. And then it's like, yeah, and then you sit on it. So, but you have to have that patience where, particularly in the resale market, right? Because more so with the hats than the jerseys these days. But with the hats, it's like they go from the site, they go real quick, and then the people just, gouge you for whatever they can gouge you for, right, online. And you just have to kind of play it like a stock. Once the craze kind of dies down for certain ones, because particularly a company like Lids, they're always pumping out different sets. So once one set that was real big, right, real popular, then it's like a few sets come in, and it's like, okay, well, now you start to see those other ones, not every single one, but most of them start to go down in price, particularly on like Macari and Pot, where it's just every day the price just keeps going down and down, and it's just you gotta wait. Now, again, it's playing that Russian roulette game because there's other people watching it too. So, do you strike before they strike? It's just one of those things. So there's a few things I have on there right now that's like from a previous set, and it's like, well, I'm just kind of waiting. Because I can't go after anything right now anyhow, but I'm just kind of waiting, and maybe in another month or so, it'll be close to retail where I could have gotten it a couple months ago if I could have moved on them right away, and I didn't because there were other things I was going after. So we're going to see, and it's that's
that's all part of it. But patience is a big thing, particularly with these jerseys. Like I said, I think in what was it, the either the last video or the video before, right, the episode before, where there was something that I had high on my want list on eBay, and I've just been, waiting to make a move. And finally, so what happened was the seller, I don't know if he had two of them. I'm still a little confused by that because it's still up there, the one that's a buy it now, and then he posted it again as an auction. And the auction ended this coming Saturday, but there was a best offer. So I'm like looking at this thing, and I put it on my watch list, and I'm like, okay, well, Saturday, all right, this when it ends, and it was cheaper. The auction price was a starting price that was cheaper than the buy it now, and it had a best offer. So the wheels are like, I can get this a little cheaper. All right, this is the time to move. So I waited. A few days go by, and then finally, it clicks into my head. Why don't you just try the best offer instead of waiting until Saturday and having more eyes get on it, and then, maybe I'm fighting with some people to try to get it, right? So I sent the seller the best offer, which was like $20 or whatever less than the auction price, and they accepted it right away. So it worked out. So I got the rookie 84 John Elway with the nice shiny patch, AFL anniversary patch coming my way. And I've been wanting that jersey for a while because it is one of those jerseys with that patch, and it's one of those little collections in the collection. I'd like all the jerseys with that patch. And if you don't know what patch I'm talking about, so Mitchell&Ness made a set of these, years ago, and I think they did do a couple, maybe one or two China runs or whatever in these. I know one for sure they did Dan Fouts, but for the Chargers. But here's the patch, and the patch looked different for each team because they had the helmet for their team on the front of it. But if you see right here, I can't see this because I'm gonna turn around. That patch right there, the silver anniversary. So they made the Chargers. Okay, you see it on the Chargers. Right, home and away. They made it on the only Broncos one they did was John Elway, the rookie John Elway. They did it for the Patriots, and I got the John Hanna some months ago, and shout out to Slim, helped me get the Andre Tippett, the white Tippett, which is a hard one to get, and then they did it for the Jets, and I have a few of the Jets already in the fold. I got McNeil, I got Gastineau, I got the white Klecko. Those are the three I have for the Jets, and I believe those are the only teams. I'm sorry if I'm blanking on one. I know they didn't do the Oilers, even though Earl was there for part of the season before he went to the Saints. And shout out to Slim, he made one of his Earls into the '84 Earl with the patch, and they didn't do like the Raiders or anything else. So, but they did Chargers, Jets. Broncos was Elway, and the Patriots. And I have the Irving Fryer for the Patriots too. So the only ones I'm missing now are those leftover Jets, and I think it's like, Marty Lyons, I believe, Wesley Walker, and the green Joe Klecko. And then the red Andre Tippett, and I forget if the white Hannah that they made was from the same year. I think it was a different year though, but I'd have to go back and look. I know Slim has that jersey. So that's one of those little collections in the collections that I'm trying to acquire. And some of them are real tough to get. So I don't know, you never say never, but it's just that some of them really, it takes some work. But the rookie Elway, you see it enough. That's one that just became an annoying jersey for me because I missed on it a few times. One time it was dirt cheap, and it was on eBay for quite a while. And it was like, what am I doing not getting it? And I didn't. And then, it was one of those that it was an auction, and then it would relist, and it just became one of those things where I'm like, yeah, I want to get it, but I'll get it the next time it relists. And of course, then it sold. So, and it was cheap. I mean, it was, I think, under $100 cheap. Why I didn't get it, it's a mystery of life. You know, it is what it is. But I actually didn't pay much more for this one than I would have for that one, so it worked out in the end. And, you know, I'll have it. It should be in the mail tomorrow. So that worked out. But it was risky because that's a jersey that, you know, just because it has that big patch on it, that's flair, you know. And collectors like myself, you know, even though I have a bunch of Elway, you can kind of see I have a bunch of Elway jerseys already in the collection, but that one being his rookie jersey, and because it has that big fat patch on there, shiny patch, ooh, you know, it draws you to it, right? So, but thankfully, and that's the one, like I said, I was waiting on. I was playing Russian roulette, these City Edition jerseys and everything, and I'm like, you know, I want that Elway, but the City Edition stuff, and then B, I need them. But thankfully, I was able to get that 84 Elway. It doesn't always work that way. Believe me, I took a chance. I waited a little too long on that one. But it actually worked out because I got cheaper than I would have had to pay for it otherwise. So it worked out, but it may not have if I waited a little longer. But thankfully, you know, I was able to knock that sucker off the list. And then speaking of ones off the list, there it is. Shout out to Isaac. There's the Kent Stabler. This is a 1970 Stabler with the silver letters right there. Hard to get jersey. Isaac was selling this on Kings of Throwbacks. The Facebook group of course. Shout out to Snacks and all the members on there. The 12s on there on the sleeves. And you got Stabler on the back, 12. This is the first Stabler Raiders jersey I ever owned. And this is the one, like, I always knew that I wanted this one, you know? Because I've had a Saints jersey for a while. And I used to have an Oilers jersey, but it was a little too small on me. I made a trade with Murph many years ago. If that thing was bigger, I'd still have it. Believe me, I'd still have that Oilers Stabler. That is one that I kind of wish Mitchell&Ness made, but, you know, it is what it is. But there's the Raiders, Mitchell&Ness, old gold right here, of course. Jock tag again. You know the deal. Really, really nice. This is a made in Korea jersey, older run. Heavy jersey, too. So it's perfect for, like, this time of year, you know, when it gets colder. Yeah, I could see myself wearing this at the Mitchell&Ness store at some point, just to, you know, let people know. Mighty fan. So, Mighty fans in the building. All right, and here it is, the 84 Elway rookie with the silver anniversary patch. Beautiful on there. Kind of be nice if they made some more hats with that patch on the side, huh? Like they did back in the day. Real nice. Glad to have it in the fold here. There you see it, 1984 Denver Broncos John Elway. It is a China run. You can tell right there with the red tag on the inside. But it's sort of an older China run. This one's been out for some time now. But, you know, it's just one of those that, you know, it's gotten away from me a few times. And I just wanted to make sure it didn't get away from me this time. This time around. And I'm glad it kind of hung around there for me to be able to get. Got a good deal on this. So everything is pressed on as it should be besides the patch there. And turn it around. Yes, there's Stabler again. Then we're going to turn around, and here's the back. You got Elway on the nameplate pressed on, and the number 7 pressed on to the back. So there you have it. The 84 Elway rookie in the fold. And super glad to have it in the collection. And there it is. So there you go. Beautiful addition to the collection. And that's right. The life of the collector continues on.